Alright. It's PiGosaur 77 Weekly Grand Finals. Hero in the bottom left, BYUN in the top left. So that would be the bottom right for Hero, if I understand right versus left, which apparently I don't. It's been an action-packed day, guys. I've been blessed going series to series, casting exciting matches, but it does leave me very few rooms for breaks or to rest my voice or my brain, which means we are just kind of going straight into this Grand Finals. The players have been speedrunning each other, and they've been hosting the matches so quickly. It is, of course, a lot of TLMC maps, the Team Liquid map contest, where a lot of different creative maps get rewarded prize money in a big competition voted on by the community. A lot of those maps which end up on ladder later on is going on right now. So cool to see Washout in, or Lumen, sorry, in here. Hero did a no scout opening, by the way, guys, straight to this gold base. It does take a while to mine out these mineral patches, though, as there's about, I think it's 60 or 80 minerals on these to begin with before you can really move down there. You can move down here, up and down with the worker-only path, but no army units can move up these. Those little minerals, that is what denotes a worker-only path, guys. Newish feature that's been added in the last few years, and it adds some really cool variability with these sort of maps. Now, I think BYUN's going to do the same thing. He's expanded, of course, on the high ground to begin with. It's a lot harder for Terran than it is for Protoss to secure this base, but really good Reaper harassment. BYUN's been really annoying. I mean, he found a probe and really just annoyed the heck out of him, but as these minerals open up, you can see now Hero feels a bit more confident. Oracle comes out, gets caught by the Cyclone, but immediately pulls it back, only loses his shields. And it looks like he's just going to take the Reaper kill for now. Oracle flying forwards like this is so crazy, dude. Like, I think he's trying to, like, bait the Cyclone to turn around, and then the Stalkers can maybe catch it, but go forwards. Tries to tag it, doesn't see it. He misses the tag. And it's going to be Twilight and second and third gateway behind. Adept will shade into that main base. He sees the engineering bay. You'll see a bunch of Marine tank. Very standard setup. So not a lot of information to be gained from that, but he grabs himself a Marine as well. And of course, the Oracle should rotate to the other side to confirm the command center is there. And yet he's not. Surely he doesn't think this is a one base all in. He's seen an engineering bay. But to not even confirm the command center's there, it just is very odd. And yet he knows he's setting up for a third base. He's going to take the other semi-gold base, guys. So 2 bases with semi-gold minerals. This one with 4 patches. This one here with just 3. Both giving you a boost. It kind of expands towards the Terran, but I love this expansion layout, and I do think this map heavily favors Protoss in PvT. Despite that, we've noticed that players who haven't been playing these maps as long as those of us who do play some more modded tournaments, custom tournaments, and kind of fiddle around on these maps a little bit more, I think we have a bit more experience with them. You know, I've played this matchup from a few different sides, this map, and I really enjoy this map from the Protoss side. Not so much from the Terran side. But despite that, I've seen a bunch of games go the way of the Terran on this map. And often it's because the Protoss doesn't expand in this direction. They expand in the north. So now that Hero is actually taking advantage of the map's architecture, I'm really curious to see how Kewit tries to deal with that. I think it was Kewit versus Max Pax on this map where... Oh, nice scan. Yeah, it's probably worth it. It's 300 resources for an Oracle, guys. They're not cheap. It was on this map where he was struggling to defend his base Kewit, his tanks getting picked off, and his SCVs kept getting picked off by Blink Stalkers, and he just pulled the boys and killed Max Pax. But in this case, it's a very different style of game. Dude, Stim's not done. Charges. Oh, God. The Zealots are pretty good in this sort of scrappy engage. BYUN is quickly going to try to run home. Stim's not ready yet. It's not enough Zealots, maybe, to quite have the critical mass, or is it? He's got Stim, he's got SCVs. Hero just goes around him. These Zealots going to run into the army. What in the world? This is about to get crazy. Problem is, the production of BYUN's going to get jumped on so early by the Zealots, and Zealots' damage per second is just crazy. Cyclone's going to lock onto the Oracle, but the SCVs are getting massacred right now. Yeah, the Cyclone beats the Oracle, but it almost dies in the process. All the SCVs get minced. Oh, and the Forge does... Oh, he cancelled the upgrade just before it got depowered, which is funny. Just trying to reclaim a little bit of resources as Hero. He's got a Dark Shrine coming in as well. You've got to click that Dark Shrine, I believe. Obviously, he wants to depower the gateways as well. SCVs are on top. He's got to kill the Dark Shrine, though, as well, to make sure no DTs warp in. Army versus army. I'm not sure who wins. There's still a gold base and mass cannon battery. Wow. I just think he got rid of the production of Terran too early, right? Dark Shrine goes down. Yes, these gateways will fall, but not until there's been a bunch of warp-ins. The Terran production got completely ransacked, and I think with these cannons coming up, you're going to have to slowly push through those with siege tanks, which is going to be really awkward. So I think he's going to kill the Nexus, and then head left is BYUN. Maybe BYUN can make a play of it. but he's down 14 army supply. 14 zealots here against marines, which will not have combat shields. They are +1 stim marines, no medevacs. Every stim is sacred. He walks in, goes, oh my lord, there's 4 cannons here and a battery. What in the world? Oh, he's got 1 medevac, guys. That 1 medevac is very useful. No Dark Templar ever warped in this game. Mass Zealot Stalker on the left. The tanks will need to retarget. Probes pulled from the left. Zealots and Stalkers from the right. Excellent choice to engage right now here for Hero, I believe. And he should be able to overwhelm it. It's close. The tanks will fall, though. And it's just a bunch of Marines here. Do they stim one more time? Every hit point they lose cannot be recovered with only 1 medevac. And Hero is going to clinch that one. Going around with the Zealots. An excellent call. All right, guys. BYUN goes for a Barracks double gas. Hero in here with an early probe. Comes for the Pylon Scout to get some harassment. We are on at Eternity's End. This is the map which I've theory crafted. It's in the upside down because there's little floating specks everywhere. The map's kind of got some weird overgrown kind of looking bits. Like there's like furniture here. Like this is inside someone's house. And yet, I don't know, there's plants growing on it and it kind of looks like an outdoor area. There's also some nice little glowing luminescent lights. Like, I don't know why there is a chair that's that big down there. I don't know, like, what is this a pit that giants used to live in? I don't understand. Like, this is definitely a fever dream of a map. They're like, yes, here's the drawing room. Why is it outdoor? I'm very confused. But a cool map, nonetheless. It has some nice features on it. We've got a nice little crystal over here, just on the edge of the map. We'll hopefully get some vision of some of these. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's like a Protoss holding a red crystal, like a Tal'Darim or something like that. Kind of admire the map a little bit here as we look around. Core before Nexus comes up. Depth getting chronoed. Is that core before Nexus? Yes, definitely. Rich gas here and here on the upper right side. Gold base in the bottom left side. And there is, of course, the watchtower with sight blockers on either side of it. Also, oh, there is a bridge here that leads to a statue. So I imagine you can move across here. I imagine this whole area is passable terrain. Not, I mean, so occasionally you might see, like, I don't know, stalkers blinking there to avoid a Zerglings around or something, I guess. Wouldn't it be smarter to just build an extra depot to block the ramp? You're already wasting mining time by following Hero's probe. I don't think blocking the probe is that valuable. It's okay. Alright, 2 Reapers already grabbed himself a probe snipe. Not bad. Twilight Council. This is a double shield battery, so it's the classic style defense, guys. He's going to go charge first. Okay, Hero senses that after that last game, BYUN wants to get one over on him. And he's thinking, you're going to just push me, but that's a big mistake for BYUN. Oh, no. Oh, maybe not. It's Cyclone not into Siege Tank. This is good for him. If he just builds a Raven, chills, macro is up, that's good for BYUN. If BYUN builds tanks and goes across the map into charge, that's very bad for BYUN. So I think BYUN's in a decent spot here. Dep comes forward, Marine Cyclone hanging out. One Stalker does get pushed back. Yeah, Dep for a Marine, not the best, not the worst trade. Gonna try and get that Stalker, but he doesn't want to give up the Cyclone for it, and that's fair enough. Damages both of those Stalkers. They can't heal the hit points, whereas he can repair. 3 SCVs to repair. Wants to get that hit points back up very quickly. Raven is building. Tanks are building as well, but of course, just 1 or 2 safety tanks probably into swapping onto the tech lab. A very normal thing to do. Reaper scouts around, sees pretty standard stuff. There's no real tells here just yet. Maybe the lack of a 3rd gas might tell him that Hero's a little bit more mineral focused. That Reaper just got yeeted. Oh, damn, dude. Fell on the Marines there. On the minerals, I mean. He did see a pile in there. I think he can imagine, okay, you're going to take a 3rd here. You'll probably expand to a 4th out here. And you know Hero has eyes for that gold base. Just because, for those who don't know, when Hero sees a gold base, he likes to take it. Now, keep in mind, Hero is pretty heavily favored in this series because there's new maps like this the players don't have a lot of experience on. Cool Zealot statue down here, by the way. Very cool. Because of that, he's just good at adapting. Hero likes chaos. He likes new maps. He wins the $5,000 kind of warty TLMC competitions very regularly as well. All right, Robobay's on the way. Third Nexus almost finished. Raven's going to go around south. There's a party down here, the Moopies. Look at this, guys. One of them's up there playing the bongos on a Marine's helmet. Nice. Oh, I don't know if that was worth. Only gets one probe. And the thing is, because there's so few probes there's not a lot of mining time. Hero goes back way too early and decides to donate a second probe. But if you put a turret here, it does deny a bit more mining time. Oh, actually gets one. Almost gets a second, but good micro by Hero to only lose one probe. So 2 turrets for 3 probes. Not a significant amount of damage. But of course, the Raven ain't done yet. Can bank up, and later on you can drop double auto turrets, which can get through that shield battery healing. Charge drop does reveal itself. At this point, BYUN knows it's a charge opening, and he's going to go, oh, okay. So you don't have blink yet. Now, of course, we know that he's playing old school Neeb style. No blink into upgrades Colossus range. And he'll add blink later. Probably in the next 30 seconds, but that's still very late by the time that finishes. Did the Raven just get F2'd? Oh my lord. I don't know if that was an F2 or what, guys, but the Raven did just die. It's unfortunate. By the way, guys, is it just me, or is there... Oh my lord. There's floating statues here out in this void. What is this? Oh, this map's crazy. Yeah, this map's wild, man. There is absolutely reality falling apart on this map. Oh, you don't normally see speed zones on a ramp. That's interesting. I haven't seen that. Very cool. Acceleration zones. Speeds up units' movements there. Oh, good pickup by BYUN. Doesn't lose any units. Are you sure about building a Nexus in front of that? Brave move for Hero. BYUN looks like he's distracted on the left side of the map, though. Something going on over there. Looks like Hero, I think, just pressured with the Zealots and then ran away. A lot of bio goes down. What did he get for that, guys? 1 Zealot? It's a bit dodgy what BYUN's doing. I'm not picking up what BYUN's putting down right now. Feels like he's dancing around creating pressure because of the lack of blink, but there's just no need to unload and fight there. The lack of blink is really something you do want to play like this in terms of roaming with drops, but you can't be dropping. They're going to have so many more Zealots and Colossus than normal. A frontal push is inadvisable. And Hero's going to dive on top, but he doesn't have that many units, so actually he only gets 1 tank. Cyclone and Marauder is going to take out a Colossus. Hero with the pickups. Oh my lord, the red hit point trio, guys. Holy crap, look. It's the bloody Weasleys over here. A whole bunch of gingers hanging out. A bunch of poor gingers. Oh man. I mean, their wands haven't been broken yet, but they're dangerously close. I'm going to call them the Weasleys, man. The Stalkers, they don't have blink. Can't blink him away. Got to be careful. He's trying to use the Prism to make up for that lack of blink, but it's tough. Bio coming forward. Tank Marine Marauder. He's got to be careful with a lot of Zealots. It's a lot of Zealots. That tank's going to fall real quickly. The Widow Mines do get a juicy hit on the Zealots. The Colossus come in. BYUN. Trades are positive for him, but not massively so. And the fact remains, Hero's defended a 4th base. He's got a good mineral mining. And blink is not far away. So I think he's made it past the scary part of this game. I don't think he's ahead or anything like that. I do think BYUN played correctly by pressuring him a lot and taking advantage of the lack of blink. But he's got a sense that it can't be too far away. Bio picks off the pylon. He's going to stay in the dead space on this right side. Pretty impressive that these 3 survived, though. 31 hit points on this Colossus. 8 hit points on that. The Prism on 6. 7 gateways up, 2 more building. There's a second forge. Oh, look at that second forge placement, guys. He's... Do you guys remember way back in Warcraft 3? I don't know how it changed, but I remember like literally Reign of Chaos days when we figured out if you'd have to put like your altar and your first like burrow or farm in a specific placement to like force your workers to mine a slightly more optimal route on the gold. They'd mine like slightly more efficiently if you place them correctly to like force them into a more direct route. Feels like Hero's trying to do that right here, but definitely not optimizing these probes. It doesn't really change too much. The 2 on the right are just mining a little bit slower. It's just kind of funny. Hero, people often ask me what Hero thinks about when he places his buildings, and I've described it many times as he puts them down where his screen happens to be. Look at this guy, no hands. No hands on the Zealot. Cool. Gold base going up. Told you he'd have eyes for that gold base. I'm surprised he waited for base number 6 to take it, but BYUN's pressure was that good. Zealots getting on the SCVs. Gonna cause a bit of a distraction. It's only a few Zealots. Doesn't mind trading them if he could take out a bunch of SCVs. He gets 5. Can he get 6? 6 SCVs for 5 Zealots. Obviously not cost efficient, but it's fine. Allows you to take forward position. 5 Colossus? Guys, and he's building a 6th one. Is Hero drunk? I mean, he has a numbers advantage. He might just kill BYUN. But like BYUN, you actually want like 14 Vikings against this. What the hell? Normally, you never want more than 10, but against a maniac who's building this many Colossus, you might want that many. To be fair, 2 of them are deep in the red. The Weasleys are in there as well. The Zealot Stalker coming forward. The Command Center is going to take big damage. Massive Bio Viking flag from the right side. 2 Colossus drop almost instantly. One of the Weasleys is down. The Prism is still in the back, warping in the units. The final Weasley about to fall to these Vikings. Was this a good call to attack here? The splash damage is gone. It is just Zealots against Bio. Oh, wait. In comes another Colossus. And goes straight from red hit points to dead in a matter of seconds. Hero goes for a 6 Colossus timing attack. And BYUN's Marauder Viking defense is rock solid. The +2 attack advantage for Hero over the 1-1 of BYUN. Not enough to make up for that. Really solid defense there for BYUN. BYUN has been dealing with Hero's BS on this patch many, many times. So it's hard to tell how he's going to pull the defense together, but that was very good crisis management with the way he flanked in on those units. Got rid of 2 Colossus instantaneously and stood his ground against the Zealots. Chat says no storms. Hero has actually, he's on strike from Psystorm. PVZ barely ever makes Psystorm at the moment. PVT barely ever makes Psystorm at the moment. To be fair, against Zerg, it's legitimately losing him a lot of games recently. Against Terran, I think his Disruptor style is good enough. It's not too bad. Zealot Stalker coming forwards. The Medivacs have to pick up. BYUN overcommits to that counter attack, guys. The Vikings are going to go in, and this is really dangerous. This is a very valuable unit, man. You don't want to throw these Vikings away. There's about 50 Zealots going for a counter attack. This is clearly a bad attack angle. Or it does pull back before losing too many. These Vikings trading poorly. Very bad to throw those Vikings away. And you know Hero's going to go back to Colossus. Because he has already foreshadowed. He has already shown what he wants to do this game. He wants to make Colossus about 50 million Zealots. And he wants to A-move into BYUN's defensive position. And it's not a bad style when you've got a gold base up on the 5th, which BYUN finds out about. This is going to get dicey. Very base trade oriented has been Hero today in some of his former matches. The Bio Ghost gets in there. Sensor Tower goes down. These Zealots need to leave. Oh, he's going to try and recall some of them, eh? Quite a few Zealots go down, and these guys do run away from that recall. Fair call. 5,000 in the resources lost trading advantage. As long as BYUN can get a 4th up with a planetary, defend it, I think he's feeling pretty good. And you can see the progression of Hero's tech, guys. He's gone from single Robo and making a lot of Zealots to now the Robo isn't even producing. Okay, there we go. He does start up a Warp Prism. It's basically a mass Zealot all in 14 minutes into this game. Yes, he has a Guardian Shield. Yes, he has 1 Colossus and 4 Stalkers. But, I mean, we've seen Hero do this. There was a Winter Madness game 2 weeks ago where I was watching him. And I kid you not, it was a full macro greed versus greed game. All he did was make Zealots for like 16 minutes. It was kind of scary for the Terran a few times, but it was also objectively a terrible strategy. Because he'll get up like a lot of tech and stuff and take a billion bases, but then he's like, 12 gate Zealot? And you're like, I think you need a lot more gateways and Warp Prisms hitting the back if you want to make that work. You don't want to just be headbutting front on with Mass Zealot. Ooh, BYUN corners himself. You got this many libs, maybe it doesn't matter. But he is allowing Hero to base trade. I think this is Hero wanted this. Hero's like, yes, please. He's going to dive on top. The SCVs get eradicated by the Colossus. BYUN's going to pull back and try to defend, but he's killed 1 base. He's given up a base for it. This is way better for Protoss. They didn't lose any workers. And I always think, you know, a lot of these styles where Hero kind of headbutts on almost pure Zealot, his whole style is predicated on the Terran getting over eager and moving out, and that's exactly what BYUN did for him. But look at this, closing in from 2 sides. The way he retreated into that northern mineral line. Oh my lord. Pretty devastating engage here. Got to be careful though. Those low energy medevacs like to fly in front because when they're on A move, normally they heal. By the way, what is this? Oh my god, the preschoolers! Revenge of the preschoolers! They turn on Arnold Schwarzenegger. He kills 10 of them before they manage to stab him in the ankles with their scissors. They've got those little You know, you remember in the old days before they gave us all safety scissors in school when you'd get like the metal scissors that was serious business? Oh, dude, I miss those like full metal scissors. Those were great. As little kids, yeah, those kids definitely had that. Kindergarten Cop, a movie made in the, I want to say early 90s, late 80s, back when they didn't have safety scissors back then, man. Zealot Stalker Sentry trying to hang out. Dude, Hero took some really awful fights, down 5k. Actually, it's the same difference it's been for a long time. But he's losing a few base. I mean, parts are going amazingly for BYUN, parts terribly. The problem for BYUN is this is an orbital. He needs to beat this army. It's only one Colossus. It's almost pure Zealot Stalker. The Stalkers get a lib. A lib for a Zealot. That's a trade he'll take any day. The Bio gets hunted down over there. And every second that goes by, the income is actually ahead for BYUN. I thought it would be the other way, but he's only got, what, half a base? A base that's about to be half a base. This base isn't back up. These bases are going to be up, but there's no probes there just yet. Hero is massing probe production, but he's got like 1 billion probes idle right now and long distance mining. So Hero needs to stop massing probes and just move them to the actual places where they can mine. A bit chaotic this game. And I don't think BYUN can win a macro game now. I think he has to like keep the tempo up, keep trading. And it's all about tracking the Protoss army. Yeah. And then defending. Because every time you move to attack, Hero moves to counter attack. And you've got to quickly move back to defend it. But he doesn't quite have the numbers to defend this. Pretty good fight for Hero, who I think can afford the sloppier trades. But oh, Hero! Protect your balls at all times. He rallies them in. He doesn't disengage anything. And what started as a pretty good fight for him quickly turned south as BYUN's reinforcements came in from all sides, and Hero's reinforcements wandered into the enemy ranks and said, oh, which way are we meant to go? Finally gets a disruptor shot there, gets 3 kills. But Hero is higher on economy than he probably should be. These guys continuing for the counter on the south side. At Eternity's End, a really fun map, guys, here. It does seem like a map where reality is breaking. All sorts of weird stuff is going on. For some reason, there's a poster of Nova with a bunch of moopies simping. Oh my god, are these North Korean soldiers over in the war in Ukraine? They're like seeing their first girl and they're getting excited. Wah! Getting excited, man. Bunch of simps. Oh, one of the medevacs does get focused down on the left side. SCVs need to pull back. The command center needs to get out of there. This drop needs to pull away as well. Here we go. Marauders, Marines, Ghosts trying to gather together. The Disruptors firing. Ooh, only one Marine going down. Good dodgy there for BYUN. It's still almost pure Zealot, but their numbers are endless. And you can see the Terran is overstemmed. There's Zealots on the north as well. They're about to get on that base. The Disruptor! Zealots around allows the Disruptor to finally connect. Oh, Disruptors rallying in. Is it enough? No, the Zealots have worn out. The Stalkers have worn out. The worker count is so worrying for BYUN. And yet, once again, Hero forgets to wear his box in one of the most brutal contact sports known to man. Guys, I knew people growing up, they were like, no, don't want to put my box on. I'm like, bro, put your box on. If you're in a very physical sport, you never know what's going to happen. That is rather brutal. So many Disruptors. How many has he lost? Like 7? 9! He's lost 9 Disruptors. The first Disruptors only showed up like 2 minutes ago. He's already lost 9 of them. He does have triple robos, so they rebuild fast. BYUN's economy is in the dumps, but so is Hero's. Now that BYUN refuses to go home, he says, look, my economy is in the dumps. I need to make sure yours is also in the dumps. Ghost Marauder defends the Stalkers on the left, more Stalkers on the right. Hero still dancing through the chaos like the fun man that he is. But even though he catches the lib, the moment Marauders find those Stalkers in the open, they get on top. And what an exciting game 2 in this grand finals. GG, well played. All right, going into the next one, guys. Hero in the bottom right of Rainfall, a map where there's a whole lot of rain everywhere. Reflecting up here on the tiles, but don't worry if that looks weird to you. The rest of the map is not tiled, and therefore the water is not pooling everywhere, but sinking into the moist earth. Hero does go for a quick, it's a gas first, no scout, goes for the early Nexus before Cybercore, and likewise on the other side, BYUN does not scout and goes Marine into Tech Lab. So it's going to be a Marauder opening for BYUN. Looks like you'll get a few Marauders out to push back any opening gateway unit pressure. And we'll see what he can get done there. Massive thank you, ASTF, for the $5 tip, Arena. It really is. All of the tips, just the tip. It's all the tips that add up to allow us to keep hosting these tournaments. So thank you very much, ASTF, as well as Alex's Life for the $10. Says, don't lose money. Well, with all the viewers all chipping in like you guys do, hopefully we won't be losing money today. We appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you for the support. Really going above and beyond, guys. Guys, do you remember that map where the lava would periodically rise and recede? It would be cool if there was a map like that with floods. Oh, that would be very fun. Units take like damage over time in the floodwater or something. Slower movement speed, maybe. Cold Hot Cocoa, thank you for the $5 as well. Appreciate you. Sorry, guys, our water has run out, so my voice might be a bit brutal for this one, but hopefully we can make the players wait just 1 minute before the next game for me to get some hot beverage to relax the vocal cords. Engineering Bay is going to go down pretty early. I do like an Engineering Bay 3 racks, guys. 2 Marauders, 1 Marine with concussive shells going through the middle. This map does have Zerg rocks. Zerg rocks, of course, are rocks that do decay over time, unless you spread creep to them. If you spread creep to them, they get nutrition, they stop losing life. But otherwise, they will. I'm gonna move in. There's no battery right now. Hero did see this coming, but he's not respecting it. He's figuring he can pull probes. And with 2 Stalkers, a Sentry, and the potential for a probe pull, that could go very bad. So BYUN even pushing that deep is quite dangerous. But I think he can easily get home. Stalkers shouldn't be able to chase him. Hero's so dangerous. Dude, trying to chase this is crazy. That's crazy. Gets a shot off for free. Dude, Hero's such a mad dog. 3rd Stalker does arrive. Gonna get a Stalker, but... Oh, the Force Field. Gonna get both? Dude, he gets both Marauders and a Marine for 1 Stalker. I've said many times I dislike the Marauder opening. I actually like this more recent version that BYUN's been doing, but this is kind of rough for him. He does have 2 reactors pumping Marines now, but losing those Marauders, that's like the most powerful part, is the Marauders tagging the enemy units so they can't micro backwards, and how awkward this is. Oh, bit of miss micro from Hero. Yes, he kills a bunch of units, but losing that extra Stalker and Sentry, I think makes this perfectly fine for BYUN, who now has Stim. And Hero does overcommit. His initial chase was fantastic, but he got too excited. His confidence was buoyed. He pushes across the map. Found out the other day, apparently in America, you guys say buoyed. That's funny. Yeah. So guys, I've had a few people go, why do you keep saying buoyed? What does that mean? And I was like, oh. Is that all Americans who say buoyed or just some? Is it like a niche situation where only some Americans say it that way, or is it all Americans say buoyed? Big thanks, Sergeant Duck, for the $5 says, Year of BYUN! Let's go. All say it? Grotto says no one. It's not a popular word for these guys. They don't even know their nautical terms. You know, it's the thing that the thing that floats. Yeah, B-U-O-Y. It's more like buoy is the way you guys say it. Oh, really? That sounds even funnier. Spirits have been buoyed. Spirits have been lifted. Buoyed. Dude, the bio's flanked around. These Zealots, there's no charge yet. Zealots ain't very good when they don't have charge. Gets rid of the Guardian Shield, but the blink back is good. Yeah, he's got to walk past the Zealots to get at the Stalkers, but the Zealots are slow. That's a good trade for BYUN if he gets home. His Stalkers will have something to say about that. I don't think they're getting home. Not against Blink. At least he gets 1 more Stalker kill, but at the end of the day, that was a good defense for Hero. Yeah, he loses a Sentry, some Stalkers, they're valuable units, but does take away BYUN's map presence. BYUN's first medevacs are about to hit. BYUN has +1 armor starting. His 3rd command center has begun. And oh, wow, actually committing in with charge. Ambitious. Gets himself, I think, a Marauder I saw in there, as well as a few Marines. Oh, we're going to get behind that bunker now. BYUN's trying to fight Hero. I mean, it's kind of a cool game because both sides have overcommitted at various moments. It does feel like this is the sort of the game's trying to tell both players, chill, take a chill pill, take a breath. You should be good. Oh, Marines and Marauders taking some damage. But you were saying Boyd, which is not how it's said. It's just boy. You're adding a random D to the end of it. Does this guy know how English works in chat? It's wild. Marine Marauder Widowmine dancing back. Stalker does blink away as well. Here we go. Stalker's moving forward. Careful. Oh! Lots of widow mines. You got to avoid those widow mines. No, Hero. No. Oh, no, Hero. Bit too overeager, mate. Then again, if you go to 4th base in a double robo, does it matter? This is the point in the game where I think Terran players most get angry. Because they feel like I'm defending efficiently, I'm out trading him. But because Hero has pinned you in your corner, he's able to set up for a heinous transition. Now, to be fair, he can't afford Colossus here. He does not have the gas for it. He goes Colossus. Commentating Hero will never not be a surprising and perplexing and fun experience, guys. He needs to take 2 more gases if he's going to go double Robo Colossus. He can't afford that at all. This is hilarious. He's not getting extended thermal lance for a long time unless he cuts production on everything else. To be fair, the Zealots, though, are keeping BYUN very busy, but BYUN is trading so efficiently. The Prism just got shot down as well. This is really inefficient. Hero's got to clean up his trades, man. He's going to go extended thermal lance. That means he can't afford more Colossus. Guys, it's 3 gas. On 3 gas, you can't even afford single Robo Colossus if you have to replace any Stalkers. He's lost 8 Stalkers, 3 Sentries this game. So he's got no spare gas. It's basically just Zealots, and he's going to occasionally squeeze a Colossus in. But that means he won't have upgrades. He won't have gas for upgrades either. So he's going to have to pick either 1 Colossus at a time, or does he occasionally squeeze in an extra Colossus and a +2 upgrade at some point? It's hard for him now to do that. Of course, most of his money's in Zealots, and he is even on upgrades, and these Zealot counters are really good. Zealots moving down to the 3rd. Whoa, he's picking off the SCVs. Marines are on the left side taking some damage as well. Zealots, good split there. I like that he only sends a few back for the damaged SCVs. Ooh, probably should have shift-clicked though. Medevac pick up in the bottom left does escape 4 SCVs for 7 probes. Second starport's on the way. BYUN is out trading Hero savagely. Hero did take a 4th gas, guys, down here, but he's not mining from it yet because it's been distracted. And like I said, he really needs 5 gas to support non-stop double robo production. He's chronoing extended thermal lance. He did find money for the +2. But as I said, if he's going +2, can't afford much else. He replaced a sentry, added a few stalkers, which is already a very big strain on his incredibly limited gas income. That being said, it's Hero, and he can always catch his opponent out of position. He likes dancing around the map. He's enjoying the movement here on Rainfall. But he's got to be careful. I feel like we've seen a few fights on this map in this tournament. This puddle went very bloody. And ended up with a lot of corpses in it. You got to be really careful. I like to think of this little area. This is the what was the battles in Belgium in World War I? The big giant battle, and it was all just bog and swampy, muddy crap. I feel like that's this area of this map. Lots of battles always going down at the 3rd bases here. 4 Colossus moving forward. Not enough Vikings to clear it, man. Dude, BYUN just caught too low on the Viking count, and not long before his 2-2 finishes. The Colossus finding a massive opening. Dude, just not enough Vikings here for BYUN. He traded so well, but he was so distracted by the constant aggression. The eBay goes down, +2, is denied at about 90% complete. And there's just no way to close the distance with those Colossus. Not with that number of Zealots in front of you. Oh, hot diddly damn, man. GG, well played. That was a delicious one for Hero. He just distracts BYUN by staying in his face for about 10 minutes straight. I think a lot of them had mud, but there was a specific one. Was it Passchendaele? World War I? I can't quite remember, guys. But, I mean, I'm trying to remember. I'm not thinking... I mean, the Somme and Verdun and stuff definitely had a lot of mud as well. That's World War I in general, but there's one up there in Belgium that was specifically really messed up. Maybe Passchendaele? I'm not sure. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I went deep on the World War I history. But I remember one of them was like notorious for the mud being like super deep and people just sinking into it and stuff. And that is this area of this map. Yeah, he just didn't have enough Vikings, guys. Really, really nice game 3 there for Hero. It's bad trading for a while, but he finds a way to victory. All right, guys, sorry for the delay here on casting this game. We did see a probe come in, died here to the double Marine. Look at that, guys. And now he's even building a 3rd Marine. What an opening here for BYUN. It is a early Nexus into a Stargate. We are on Fear and Faith. Now, this map, guys, is the map that has tubes around the edge. These are worker-only paths, so your workers can go through these tubes around these edges and see what's going on. Now, this is going to be cross map, so it is a huge map with so much room on it. Luckily, there are some blockers to create some terrain, but generally speaking, it's really hard to get to the other side, especially for a terrain like BYUN here, but it's also hard to get past 4 bases, because you take your 4, and there's just 4 bases in each corner. So this map is incredibly unique. It is very weird. Here's Mensk with his 2 dogs, guys. He's like, look, here's me dogs. Oh, he's a good boy, isn't he? And I think, honestly, I look at a map like this, on paper, I think Protoss should be massively favored, just because it's going to take too long for Terran to get to you. And I think you could just play so greedy here as hero, and you could do similar things to that last map. Spam Zealots and roam the map. I could be totally wrong. We'll see what BYUN makes of it. But it feels like a map with wide open enough spaces. And just you can get away with a bit more greed than normal. Alright, Oracle will take some heavy damage, but 2 SCVs. I'd be happy to take a bit of damage for 2 SCVs. Chat says this is a Terran map, I can see. I mean, to be fair, the other Protoss bases will also be really hard to defend, because they're out in the corners, but it's definitely going to be an odd one. I love these worker-only paths, man. I wish the players would use them. I'm not sure, guys. Can you tell me? This is the first time I've seen it in today's tournament. Is the map is it cross spawn only? Why did Hero go straight across the map? Pig didn't play StarCraft at the Internet Cafe back in the day? Dude, no one wanted to play StarCraft. Very occasionally, you'd find a Korean kid who would play StarCraft with you in the Internet Cafe growing up. Very rarely, and you know what? They were noob Korean kids. So all they would play is the stupid unlimited resource map. They're like, yeah, this is the map to prove how good you are at StarCraft. And I was like, yeah, this is not how you play real-time strategy. It's like real-time strategy, you know, it's about securing resources and stuff. They're like, no, we're playing big game hunters with unlimited resources. And I just build 400, and everyone just built 4 million Dragoons. Like, everyone played Protoss in those noob days, and they just built 400 Dragoons and A-moved them. I was like, really? You guys think this is fun? Was it fastest map possible? I think maybe fastest map possible. I forget what they're called. I don't count those as real RTS maps. Stalker's getting good damage, guys. A bunch of Marines go down and a tank for just 2 Stalkers. BYUN gets caught with his pants down, and he's got to be a little annoyed at that. That blink timing came in so crisp. Normally when you open Oracle, blink's delayed a bit, but Hero just got it up very fast because his opening was so nice and greedy anyway. Fastest map possible was the SC2 version. Okay. Auto turret's going down. Decent harassment here. Good disruption. Come back later to drop more of that. Oracle goes in over the production. The Marines are there. Oh, that's dead. Oracle flying straight through the main. Bit of a YOLO there. A little unnecessary. Normally you can just tag the production and see pretty much everything your opponent's up to. Fastest was in Brood War as well. Yeah, it was unlimited resource. I remember, because it's not like I was good at multiplayer RTS games or anything growing up, guys, but most people were just so bad that if you knew any basics, you'd be so much better than everyone. Ooh, pull back. The Stalker's taking big damage. One goes down on the top. This one did break the Cyclone lock, but that Cyclone's going to get focused if you're not too... Yeah. Oh, he's not targeting it, though. Hero's still trying to get shots off. Yeah, knowing how to use control groups, if you guys played multiplayer RTS in, like, the year 2000 against people in your local neighborhood, was like a cheat code. That's the level you were competing at. Ooh, Stalker's blinking back on both sides. These guys on this side taking some big damage. Apparently this map is cross spawn or 1 close spawn. Okay. Oh, the Stalker's taking a little bit of damage as they recall, but they're going to get hammered, dude. BYUN's got this. BYUN... Oh, does he, though? The Zealots come out of nowhere. The Stalkers dodge the Widow Mines. Maybe not. Single Phoenix puts him on a timer. Unless he can focus that Phoenix down. Eventually, it will kill the Medivacs. It takes a long time, though. Marines do take care of the Phoenix. And he leaves one Marine and Marauder behind, making sure he keeps it alive. A new Phoenix does arrive. Oh, he gets the full Medivac! And that hurts for BYUN. Wow, this is a crazy series, isn't it, guys? Sorry for the random banter. It's been a bit of a chaotic day. We've just been go from start to finish. I just to finish up on those stories, I do remember basically thinking those unlimited resource maps were the worst thing I'd ever played. Because I remember just having 10 hatcheries of control grouped of Ultralisks rallied into my opponent's base and just sitting there and being like, this is fun, guys. You just rally Ultralisks for 45 minutes until you get worn down. You're just like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever played in my life. And people are like, oh yeah, this is so cool. We can make a lot of units and we don't have to defend a base. I was like, it was RTS for people who don't like RTS. And it's fair. That's fine. It's not a bad way to experience all the units and stuff. But yeah, I was always an elitist, guys. Dude, the Widowmine retargeting, was it good? He stopped his Widowmines firing for a while. It forced Hero to split up his army. I think BYUN's going to force a game 5 here. Stalkers do massacre the rally point. But look at what's happening up on the high ground. All the Zealots are gone. The Sentry's gone. And Hero just not able to maintain a lockdown in this game. Getting a bit excited on the aggro. Bleeding out too many units. And BYUN, he said, well, turtling and defending 4th, 5th, 6th bases. Doesn't matter if I'm just in your face with Bio, picking all your stuff off. Really well played, man. Marine Marauder, Medevac trying to pull away. The Zealots trying to come forwards. Dude, BYUN is just absolutely hammered through. Sometimes these big maps, it's just whoever gets map control first just runs with it and the cascade goes. We see Old Republic games go like this sometimes, don't we? It's like if the Terran gets that bit of momentum early and they just swing it in from all sides, and it's really hard to spot drops incoming and stop them. And I think that the drop really did distract Hero for quite a while. And now I think this should be a finishing blow. Surely, if Hero comes back in this game, it would be a rather godlike comeback. Great pullback. You should pull back to the high ground, let his units heal, because Hero knows you're out of stim. Your units are way too damaged. He's stimming to run away. That's not something you see every day. Double Forge got denied, remember, but 1-1 was already finished. 2-2's now started for Terran. Sensor Tower goes down at the 3rd. I don't know if that's the most useful, but it's not the worst. Ship weapons begins. Nice. No, Pig, you're right. Big game hunters, no rush 5 minutes was for mouth breathers only. It's good to see my elitists are in the chat with me. Pretty sure most of this channel, like, that was our childhood. Watch out. Oh, the Zealot's just getting gunned down. Hasn't even started his 2-2 yet. He built the forges on the front again, just so they're easy to snipe, hero style. They'll start that 2-2. He's just so outnumbered. What's he got? Zealots, a few Phoenix, a couple Stalkers. The commitment to Phoenix this deep in the game is a crazy move. It would be good if you could land a big Widowmine drag, but oh, that Widowmine hits so many Zealots. That's big. Obviously, you could move along these tubes around the back to quickly scout. If you just click a worker from your main to a corner base, it will naturally go through those tubes to scout. Players aren't really using it. There's also a little mini tube here as well, so you can sneak around the back and go through there. Phoenix tracking the army. Hero runs around, but he's going to get cornered, man. It's been a game of cat and mouse where basically Hero's just trying to avoid the army and catch him where he's weak. And he's always, BYUN is so quick to realize and follow him home. What a sick series this has been. This has actually been so fun. Good hold position in the mineral line. Look at that, he holds position in 2 mineral lines. These ones have already killed the SCVs there, so they don't get as much as maybe they could have, but, you know, he's focusing on other things right now, isn't he? So the Zealots get 20 workers, which seems good. And then you realize he sacrificed like 30 Zealots to do it, and you're like, yeah, maybe not. Phoenix do find a few more units, but 5,000 resources lost difference. BYUN's down less than 10 workers, and Hero now has to take a 5th, and you can see how far out those 5th bases are. I would always go corner bases. I think I'd go 5th and 6th in both corners. And I'd just try to put pylons in front of it to like see drops coming kind of thing. When you hear tubes, don't you think of Metro? I always think of tying the tubes. I always think what they should be is they should be like a big rock tower here, a destructible rock tower, and it's called the vasectomy rocks. And if you break it, it collapses the tube on the right side and stops workers moving through it. Legit, that's been like slowly, every time I say tubes, this has been building in the back of my head, and I just finally had to vocalize it. Ooh, 1 Phoenix does go down. Don't mind that. Bio hanging out. Watch out! Big Bio move in the north. Hero out of position. He has recall available, but it'd be kind of dicey to do that right here. There's an army, and look at the scans. The scans on his army have been so good. Look at this from BYUN's point of view, guys. He's always tracking where the army is. He says, okay, you're moving back. You're not going around. Normally, Hero goes around and counterattacks. Because he tried to join up, he pushes forward. Now, it's going to be a big zealot flank. 2-2 versus 2-2. I think there's enough bio here. The Phoenix flying on top, but look at the positioning. He moves in behind the mineral line. The zealots cannot get surface area. The EMP's landed on the Phoenix as well, so they don't have lifts. So even though all the medevacs go down, he's going to kill the Nexus. He's going to trade out. By killing the Nexus, it slowed down the warp-in speed, guys. That was actually really cute. Killing the pylon would have cancelled the warp-in, forcing a refund. By killing the Nexus, you turn the pylon into a low-energy pylon rather than high-energy pylon. It's only high energy if it's next to a finished warp gate or a Nexus. And as a result, it actually slowed down the warp-in from a 4-second to 11-second total duration. Gunned it down. Let's get a quick rewind of that. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but that was very, very slick, and it made me quite happy seeing that. So you see here, the Zealots warp in. They're warping in 4 seconds. And the moment the Nexus dies, even though they were almost finished warping in, they take a few more seconds to finish. That's really cool. Hats off there to BYUN, guys. He's not going down without a fight. All right, guys. We're going to game 5. BYUN on the bottom left side of the map. He's going to be dealing with an instantaneous probe blocking his barracks. But he doesn't block it, and BYUN's able to get it in position. Part of the early progress, usually you want to block the barracks as well as get the damage. But BYUN very happy with that start. Hero in the top right side for T1, of course. BYUN for a Shopify Rebellion. See, forcing these SCVs off the line. I like the hot swap on the barracks. Puts a healthy SCV on the barracks. The other one goes on the gas. Just making sure, even if the probe gets a few hits on it now, it's not too concerning. He's got plenty of time to react. Big thank you, Rybots, for the $10 redos. Or Freedom Dollars, I should call them. Appreciate the support. He had to hop swap it again. Now, normally, guys, you can start a Reaper at about a minute 26, is it? Or a minute 28? It's going to be at least, I think it's a minute 26. But you can see it's quite delayed there. So it's about a 4 or 5 second delay on the barracks, maybe 6 seconds even. Oh, I wasn't paying too close attention at the end. Yeah, 39. So yeah, it was about, yeah, it's at least a couple seconds delayed. Maybe 3.5, 4 seconds, which is pretty impressive. For me, it delays it a fair bit longer than that. I'm going to blame the Australian lag for that and not the fact that I fumble it when I hot swap the SCVs on and off. Patches drops $10, says new matches hype. Now this map, I believe, is actually made by Patches, guys, so shout out to him. I think that hits our $200 goal for today's. Allows me to only lose the fees. So if you guys do want to go above and beyond, it is massively appreciated. Please do click that tip button. But if not, at least I can go, whew. At least we're not losing money on the prize money today. So thank you very much for being so generous. And what I really like today is often we have one generous person kind of cover the whole thing. Or cover half of it. Two generous people donate. Today we've had like a lot of people put in $5, $10, and that adds up. And it's awesome to always have a big base of people supporting StarCraft tournaments rather than just 1 or 2 people doing the whole thing themselves. Because then if that person's not watching or not able to support 1 week, obviously it just drops down. But to have so many people join forces has been amazing. Thank you. Elitish. Oh, thank you so much, mate. Mate, don't ever feel bad as well. If you guys can't support, don't worry. It's going to be free. It is what it is. It's always going to be free, the content. But it's purely just if you can spare a few $dollar dues, makes a big diff. Thank you, Elitish. That gets us, that's fees covered. That's everything covered for today. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is interesting. That's a very early battery. He really doesn't know what's going on other than double gas. And he says 2 Adept Stalker. And look at this, even a 4th gateway unit before Warp Gate is finished. So Hero is very wary of the chance here in this game of BYUN going Cyclone into tank, pushing really early, and Hero's going to play quite safe. Now, there is one thing he's skipping on for now, the Robo. And if he skips that, no, here we go. Just delay it a little bit, that's all. I was going to say if he skips that until after the 3rd base, he might be a bit vulnerable to Banshees. Patches says, I really hope the pros eventually catch on and realize what the rock towers do. Yeah, so if you kill this rock tower, it kills a bunch of mineral patches on this base, guys. So everyone always expands here, but no one ever drops and kills the mineral towers and removes the minerals from your opponent's expansion. So It is something Patches, the map makers, then in chat going, I hope at one point, he's like, I've seen like 20 people do this. It's down here as well. So it's one on each side. All of those edge bases, you can actually remove your opponent's minerals by breaking those. Crushing their minerals. It's pretty nice. Obviously, it's not the whole base. It's only a few of the patches, but still. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Hero, 9 probes! I was watching the one in the main. It only got a single probe. And he got 9 on the natural. Saves 2 of the Widow Mines. They're both green hit points. That's rough. Yeah, it literally crushes the minerals. They're gone. Once you clear the rocks, they're gone afterwards. Oh, he drops too early. Bit overeager there. Then again, it kind of works out. Disrupts more mining time, and Hero just leaving probes there. Gets 4 more taken down. Very sloppy. I've noticed a lot of players don't pull their gas probes away anymore and sometimes just leave a few probes and try to take it on the chin, but that's 13 probes going down and the medevac escapes. Nice start for BYUN. Now, looks like this guy's just standing in the shade of the umbrella down there. Reaper just hanging out in the corner. And Hero, the man who doesn't believe in Psystorm anymore, keeps skipping it. Gonna drop a Templar Archives, and it will be instantly scouted by the Raven, which is not good. Storm is best when it surprises your opponent. Stalker's blinking to the high ground. Reactor does get sniped. Oh, man. Overeager. Hero got some good damage with the first snipe, but then he stays too long, tries to get another add-on, loses 2 Stalkers for free. BYUN's upgrades are delayed. He's just started Stim Shields +1, but I think he's in a good spot, and the Adepts are going to shade in. He's going to trade 2 Adepts for a single SCV. Hero does blink in the main at the same time, though. Okay, he might make it worth it now. Now this is it. He's basically just taken a series of bad trades, but this is what Hero does. He does something really derpy, and then you get out of position, and that's when he finds some value. Gets a Marauder there. Doesn't lose the Stalker. Oh, good micro. He's going to go for combat shields. He's committing. He's decided to commit. He gets combat shields. Big snipe. Absolutely delicious. But the Tank Marine is arriving on his side of the map, and he is absolutely undefended. He does not have Storm for another 40 seconds, and BYUN is purposefully hitting a pre-Storm timing. That is his entire goal right now, is I'm going to kill you before Storm is ready, and if he gets his tank sieged here, well, guess what? Hero's in D-Town. The tanks are sieged a bit too far back. He's assuming there's actual defensive forces, but he's got to remember, Hero's taken monumental damage and thrown away a bunch of units already. Stalker's going to drop on top of the tanks, but the Marines do come back here. These tanks can move forward. Already killing a few gateways is good. The Robo gets depowered as well. Raven comes in the main, kills another 4 probes as well. There is an Observer just behind him, another tank, more Marines coming. There's a 3rd command center. Stim's finishing, +1 weapons is about to finish. Shields has not been upgraded in this game. Storm goes down, but it's been foreshadowed. It's so easy to dodge if you just pre-split your units now, and that's exactly what BYUN should be doing as he encroaches into the Protoss territory. Now, one Storm could hit all 3 tanks. A little dangerous to be this clumped here. Another Storm does come down, but all it does is tickle. And you want more than that, mate. Another Storm lands, this time finally picking off a few Marines, but BYUN here has got an excellent position, and Hero fumbling this opening big time. I can't believe he took so much damage from the first Widow Mine and then just lost a bunch of Stalkers and tried to go Storm in front of the Raven as well. It's such a bad spot to put the Templar Archives. I'm going to talk more about that Templar Archives placement next, guys, because I talk a lot about how Hero just throws buildings down wherever. We've got to be critical. That's going to get spotted every single game by the Raven. If you put it here, it's much harder for Terran to realize you're going Templar Archives. But as always, Hero just throws things down willy-nilly where he feels like. He's going to try and break the tank position with the Zealot Archon. He has very few units. The Widow Mine does friendly fire to the tank, but it clears the Zealots as well. The tank is targeting the Nexus in the midst of this. If that Nexus goes down, you are screwed. BYUN's just going to click the Nexus. Says, back to 1 base for you, Hero. Widow Mines, take out a few Zealots. He's rallied some SCVs in here. I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not, and he will go home as there is no anti-air for Hero to chase him back. 3rd command center will float out. SCVs can transfer. It really does feel like he's all over this. A 1-base Protoss Hero is going to try to cope. He's going to hang in here for a minute. But this is crazy. I really thought this was one of those ones where Hero, BYUN, I thought could have won game 3, right? He's in a good spot. Just didn't get the Vikings up in time. He got too distracted. But then here in this game, to see him not kind of, I don't know, it just felt like a series where you let that game slip away, where you're out trading Hero for so long and then you just get mauled by random 4-5 Colossus showing up and you don't have the Vikings. That would have been frustrating. A lot of players play worse after that. Not BYUN. BYUN has stayed really firm today, and he's brought back the A game. Good Widow Mine drop here as well against a guy who I think was expecting something a bit more aggressive on the frontal push side early. Hence the early battery, the 4 gateway units. Will he be able to get 8 charge lots and win the game again? Dude, that charge lot timing was so ridiculous. Hero has done some bizarre builds in today's tournament. I believe it was 7.5 minutes. He hit with 8 Zealots, 4 Stalkers, a Warp Prism, and 1 Immortal. A unique yet game-winning timing. That's a lot of Storm. I think as hero, you need to like maybe spread a High Templar across the map. Have them. You can't keep these in a clump, man. This is just too easy to see coming, and he's lost track of him. BYUN gets around him. There's a Raven auto-turreting the natural, but I think the battery's defending it. You can see how clumped these High Templar are. They're just begging. Much like children yearn for the mines, Heroes High Templar yearn for an EMP to the chin. That looked very tempting back there, but the front-running one, of course, does threaten the feedbacks. Oh, he gets the Prism. Nice EMP and Viking volley. Really well played. Oh, not in range. The Templar don't know that he's there, though. Oh, Ghost Drop! BYUN! Oh, he only hits 2. Okay, not quite the move. I mean, like I said, no Terran can resist, seeing the way Hero micros his High Templar like that. But feedback should be able to remove the energy. No feedback. Auto turret's going to get a bit of mining time. Another probe does go down. Hero blinking the Stalkers up to deal with this. And he will take care of the Raven. Should be going down now, finally. Now, BYUN's only got a 60 army supply lead, guys. So I don't think he can win this game right now. He's also going towards a 4 upgrade lead as the forges are just now being built. So I think this is a pretty even game. Does get at least a feedback or 2, but losing 2 High Templar. Hero's looking about as dead zoes as they come. He needs magic, and keeping the High Templar in a clump is definitely not magic. He needs a High Templar flanking from the left, flanking from the right. He needs detection! He doesn't have detection! The Ghost is going to cloak it and shift-click the bloody High Templar. Oh, my lord. That is nasty, mate. He's even sniping High Templar here as well. Luckily, there's a battery there. Dude, he can't see invisible units. He's got no Robo and no Stargate. He can't even make detection except for cannons. He's just started a Robo. Holy moly, mate. Yet somehow, Hero returned. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we might need some Star Wars writers. We need Disney to buy up the IP to this game to get Hero to come back into this one, dude. I don't know if it's possible. Ooh, Ghost does barely survive up front. Storm does push the army away for a moment. Hero Bronze League, why wouldn't he have detection? I mean, he's kind of been a little bit behind for the last 8 minutes of this game, guys. You got to cut corners. But you're not expecting Cloak Ghosts this early, are you? So I think it's very logical to not have detection, but he's kind of been dead for a while. BYUN's got the 2-2 upgrades up now. He's building more command centers, more gases, more ghosts. He's looking for the win condition. Most of the High Templar seem to have morphed into Archons now. But you can see the upgrade differential. 4 upgrade advantage. These Marines are legitimately good against Archons with this upgrade difference. 1 High Templar, 5 energy from Storm. Another EMP's land. Oh my lord! He literally just... When you have that much EMP, and their army is made up out of High Templar and Archons, it turns out you're basically casting invisibility spells on the enemy's army. You're like, you go disappear, and now you go disappear, and now you go disappear. I mean, that was brutal. Really, really well played, of course, by BYUN. Love to see it. But, yeah, one has to question that early Widowmine drop defense, as he definitely took way more damage than he should have. Let's get the rewind, guys, on the natural. See what happened there. Alright guys, so he flew past, goes in the main, drops 1, goes back to the natural, and apparently this worked. Oh my lord, did he just... That's so slow, his reaction. Oh, he misclicked the probe there! Ah, you saw him. You saw him try to do the last-minute cheeky pullback. Oh, we've seen pros pull this off so much, and I'm always like, dude, why give me a heart attack, you know? Like, you see, he does it really well on the first, and the second one he misclicks. Gets the wrong probe, which is, of course, it's hard to click the correct probe when they're all stacked up like that. Great win there for BYUN, and then I think throwing a few Stalkers away on the other side as well. Not good, but realistically, the Templar Archives is one of the most drunk placements I've ever seen in my life. The most standard thing is Ravens, or even just the drop from earlier, the Widow Mine drop coming back, with new Widow Mines or whatever, or just a Marine drop. This Templar Archives positioning sucks. Placing it there as the Raven flies past, this literally basically was like, hey BYUN, if you hit me in the next minute and a half, I won't have anything except a bunch of High Templar who can't cast any combat spells. This is your attack path. Go right now, and I will have literally nothing. Whereas if you built that Templar Archives up here in a more sensible position, it might have been okay. Of course, one of the problems is this pylon positioning sucks on your first pylon. You don't want to build your pylon here, guys. Why? It's got very little production space. You can fit like 3 buildings, maybe 4 on this. If you want to build it building a semi-wall around your mineral line, you should probably place it over here, or even just place it in the open, and then you can put a lot of production on one pylon. Whereas as it is, what do you want to do? Build Templar Archives. They're easy to scout. They're easy to scout. Could build it here, I guess, here or here, but it's really awkward with where his pylons are placed. If he had his pylon there, he could build Templar Archives in his main somewhere here or here. I think would have been a bit better. At the end of the day, he's already behind. Loses a few Stalkers as well, overcommitting to this harassment. And BYUN knew exactly when and where to press. GG, well played. BYUN comes back and wins the grand finals 3-2. GG, well played.